y'all, welcome back to Star's Corner here. Just getting back on here to kind of fill you guys in on what's been going on. I know the last video I said that we were not going to be doing ovulation kits and how our doctor said it was our last cycle, blah, 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 blah. But I had my ultrasound and they kind of made me do ovulation kits because of some results I have. I'm going to be looking down so I got sheet notes, kind of everything that's going on. It's only been a couple days and it's just been crazy. It doesn't help it's been the holidays. Yeah. Sorry. I have not had enough caffeine yet today. I was up kind of not feeling best last night. But I'll get into that a little bit more here. So this cycle, like I've told you guys, I was on 7.5 milligrams of Letrozole days 3 through 7, if I remember right. It's 5 days. Can't think today. So then on Black Friday, I actually had my ultrasound. I went in, crazy, people everywhere. It was not the best. I have anxiety, so I left my house, and I was like, ah! So I hid out in cause I was like, oh, I just gotta go do a little bit of grocery shopping. So I hid out in the hospital for like an hour, because I found out there's a lot of people in town on Black Friday. But anyways, so I went into my ultrasound. It was kind of weird right away because my doctor was behind. So normally it's my doctor and my ultrasound tech. It was just me and the ultrasound tech. And I actually had my mom left her out in the lobby waiting area. And my daughter, like, there's a TV. You guys just sit here. Because I didn't want anybody knowing where I was at. I was like, told my ultrasound tech, I'm like, my mom's even asked me, oh, are you guys making sure you're having sex? So it's just, I didn't want the stress of it, and I'm like, I'm not going to do ovulation kits, so why does everybody need to know about anything? So me and her were just joking around. She checks my endometrium. Kind of took a little bit more time on that, I noticed, but we were joking around, like maybe she just couldn't get it right, and I was laughing too much. But then we went and she did my right side. I seen a folic that wasn't too big, but I was like, oh, I'm still a little bit early. I was only on cycle day 9 at this point. And normally I don't ovulate until like 14, 15 roughly estimate. So then she goes to my left side and I was like, oh, I'm like, okay. I'm like, please be a bigger one on my left side. Please be a bigger one on my left side. Because I haven't ovulated for my left side in a while. And the whole point of me being on 7.5 is to have 2 mature at once folics. We're not trying for twins. We're just trying to get 2 to help with the progesterone and everything else. So she goes to my left side and I had 24. Oh! That was a big one. So I was really excited about that. I was like, yes. Me and her were talking. Then she went back to my endometrium, but I wasn't really paying attention that much. I was super excited that I had 1 big folic. So then she told me to go get dressed, and I got dressed, and she took me to my room, and I had to wait there a little bit longer for Dr. Ryan. Then she comes in, and it was really funny because she goes, you know, I just can't get one to go on your left side. I'm like, whoa! What you talking about, Willis? I was like, no. I'm like, I'm pretty sure I have one on my left side that was bigger than my right side. Then she looks back at the notes, the way they printed it out, it's backwards to her, so I don't know. But anyways, so then she just laughed a little bit about that, but then she goes to say, well, you're right, but your body's not doing what it's supposed to. At 7.5, I should have had 2 mature folics for sure. It seems like my body has not been able to do that last couple cycles, even though they keep upping my dose. So she's like, I want to be more, going hard at it. I can't think of the word today. Because I also did tell her, she asked me if I had any more pains. And I said, no, I haven't had a single pain from the upping at all. And she goes, okay, if you had endometritis, it would have just got worse and worse. And I'm like, I told her, I'm like, I think it's just because I knew I was ovulating, so I was like focusing on the little bit of cramping I was having. And I'm like, I don't have that bad. I have family members who have endometritis, and they're bending over in pain. I'm nowhere like that. I might tell my husband I'm like that. That's because I want him to go buy me some ice cream or something. I like to use it a little bit. But anyways, so then she's like, you know, let's go at it. Let's do what we can. I'm like, okay, I've been waiting 6 cycles for this, but you know, so she's like, okay, so here's what we're gonna do. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm jumping ahead. So then she's like, okay, and also because we think we upped your letrozole, because when you take letrozole, it stops estrogen in your body. It blocks it almost. So that way it can make that mature folic. Well, by doing that, your endometrium has to be like a 7 or above to make sure that baby can implant in there. Mine was a 6.3. So close but no cigar. And she wanted to know if I had taken ovulation kits that morning. I said, no, because I'm only day 9, you know. So she was wondering, maybe you did have 2, but you were you would have had a smiley face ovulation yesterday on Thanksgiving, and then, and one had already popped before the ultrasound. So she told me, go home, take an ovulation kit, and start having intercourse immediately, because it was so big. So then she's like, but because your lining isn't super thick, she put me on what they call estradiol. She told me to go home, so it was kind of crazy. The bottle says one thing, but I had to do something else. So I think it was like 2 milligrams. I have to look at that. Sorry, don't have that in front of me. I have to get rid of this. So she told me, go home, take an ovulation kit. If the ovulation kit comes back with a smiley face, because I take clear blue, peak or no peak. I don't do the in-betweens because she doesn't like those. She likes yes or no, you have a smiley face. So I went home, took it, and it was negative. She's like, okay, since it's negative, take 2, or go have intercourse, then put 2 estradiols internally in the vagina, and then go to bed. And because you don't want to expose your husband to estrogen. So then I was like, oh, okay, whatever. So we did that. And she's like, now, in the morning, since you got negative, then take another one. But if I had got a smiley face, don't take it. But I didn't. So I took another one in the morning. Waited a little while. Then we had intercourse again. And then all was good. So then I messaged her. I'm like, well, I'm going to continue to take my ovulation kit. She goes, yeah. She goes, I take it till about Wednesday. So I'm like, she goes, because if we don't have one, she goes, there's no way that thing hasn't popped yet. That thing was, she said, we were afraid to touch it. So I kept taking them so Friday, negative. Saturday, negative. Sunday morning, negative. Sunday afternoon, positive. Sorry, my daughter is yelling at the dog. So I got a smiley face. I was like, oh, okay, cool. So then I also got one on Monday also. So that was yesterday. Because I was cycle day 11, so I was about 4 or 5 days early on my ovulation this cycle. So, yay, but nay. So, that was awesome. And then we had talked, if this does not result in a pregnancy, what we're going to do. So, she decided that we are going to go full force, and we are going to up my letrozole again to 10 milligrams, days 3 through 7, or 5 days. I'm starting day cycle number 3. I'm sorry. We are also at the same time when I start letrozole until I get a positive ovulation, going to put me on dexamethasone, 2 milligrams a day. That is supposed to pretty much make me super ovulate, she said. Just kind of boost your system. I have heard from people, and she even told me that it kind of gives you the jitters and makes it so you can't sleep. It's like taking shots of espresso, and some people have issues sleeping at night with it. So I'm not looking forward to that because I do have anxiety and I can't get to sleep some nights anyways, so that should be great. So I'm hoping this one just results in pregnancy this cycle. We also will be doing estradiol again the day after my last letrozole pill until the day of my ultrasound, which is normally day 9 or 10. So I'm only gonna take it like 1 or 2 doses, just to make sure we got a good lining in there. Since we are upping it again, I was already ovulating on cycle day 11 this cycle, so we're upping it. We might go earlier. We're hoping to catch it, so they're hoping to get me on the day 9. But I'm really hoping I just get pregnant on this round, because I don't know if it was just because I had so much going on, then to find out it was on my left side, then find out we're doing another cycle, and there's holidays, and then they gave me the estradiol, but I had a lot of, I guess I would say fullness feeling, abdominally fullness feeling. I get really backed up. I know TMI, but I get really backed up right before I ovulate, and then I get really bad diarrhea almost for like a day after I ovulate. And just this cycle was way worse. I don't know if it's because they gave me the estrogen or whatnot, or just psychologically I'm just crazy. But I'm hoping that it was just a fluke, and that if I am not and I take it next cycle, that it's not as bad. Like I said, it could just been a mixture of things. Also, Thanksgiving was around the time, so I was stuffing my face with pie. So we'll see about that. But let's see here. So today, like I said, I am cycle day 13. I am either today ovulating technically, since it was the day before when you get your smiley face or whatnot. But anyways, so I should be getting my period technically around the 16th of December. All I want for Christmas is my two pink lines to stick. So I'm probably going to, and I know my last cycle, I was actually a couple days late. Yippee. So I think I'm going to take a pregnancy test on the 14th of December, which is 2 days before my missed period, which I'm going to do it that week, either that 14th or the 15th. I'm hoping to do the 14th because my in-laws, I'm actually living with my in-laws right now. Oh, they're living with us. It's kind of a messed up situation. They're building a house, so we're all living together until their house is built. But my one brother-in-law is graduating from college that weekend, and it'll just be me and my husband in the house. So I think if I came back, it'd be a good time for us to be like, we have talked about it because we do know that it's going to be finding out right before Christmas. We are not going to lie, we're petrified right now because the last 2 times we got pregnant and in a miscarriage, chemical miscarriages, yes, they were early, but it still was emotional hurt. So to find out that close to Christmas, and we're worried about that. But hopefully all goes well and we have 2 pink lines for Christmas. And then, because if I find out then, I should be able to get blood tests because they will immediately do blood tests for me. And I should have answers by Christmas. So if everything's looking good, I should be able to announce it as a Christmas present to people. So, only crappy part is, and then next weekend is my family Christmas party, and alcohol is normally needed. But yeah, so that's where we're sitting at. So I will probably do a live pregnancy test, or I'm going to do, maybe I'll like videotape me announcing it to my husband if it happens. I don't want to get my hopes up. Just hoping that, something good comes from this and we can start off our year on a positive note. But anyways, yeah. If no one saw you today, you are beautiful, and baby best to all, and have a wonderful holidays. Bye-bye.